Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam. Today I am playing a deck that looks a lot like Modern Humans. We see Cavernous Souls, Mantis Rider, Noble Hierarch, and sometimes you do see Collected Company in these decks as opposed to Aether Vial, but in reality it is a different kind of Collected Company deck. It uses a lot of the tribal lands to fix its mana because it is mostly humans, although not all humans, and is a lot more aggressive with Eldrazi Obligator, which works nicely with the colorless sources from the tribal lands, and Bloodbird Elf as sort of additional companies, a ton of haste creatures. So we're going to see how this deck works and see if you really need to be as committed to humans as humans decks are in order to take advantage of Cavernous Souls and unclaimed territory. This hand looks pretty good. We're going to look a lot like humans coming out of the gate with turn 1 Noble, turn 2 Mantis Rider off these caverns. That does require us to name human off of both of them, but I think that's ultimately beneficial. Any other land, and we could probably cast the Geist with just Noble. Otherwise, we can just get the bird down, or even Company on turn 3. So these are sort of late game afterthoughts, but definitely a keep. Opponent kept 7 as well, and looks like they're on the play. That's lucky. Ooh, basic Forest. Okay, into Tribe Scout. So this is Amulet Titan, a matchup where we are definitely going to be racing on turn 1. Ooh, that is interesting. Because it makes Copperline Gorge makes red, it will help us cast Mantis Rider, so we can hold off and maybe Cavern on something other than human later on, and get this down. And actually, thinking about maybe playing the bird, because Noble can be cast off of caverns with humans, but with such a race-oriented matchup, these even just one Exalted trigger, if we Company on 3, which I think we're going to do, and hit another haste creature, we're not going to Exalt it again. But that 1 point of damage may just matter, whereas I don't think getting the bird down will. So I'll play the Noble. We'll see. That's an Amulet. Yep. Looks like our opponent's hand is pretty fast here with turn 1 Tribe Scout, turn 2 Amulet. See if they have an Azusa as well. I think Azusa... No, Azusa will leave them 1 short. This is 4 mana. Azusa, they've made their land drop. Azusa is floating 1. Now they only get to 5. Man. Oh, another Wayward Swordtooth. So they're just setting up next turn. Not much we can do about that on turn 3. We know that the Gruul Turf is still in their hand, so... and they would probably name Giant on this regardless. But, yeah, we're probably just not beating that, right? We're going to want a Company for it next turn to maybe Reflector Mage it. That would be pretty good. But otherwise, I think Mantis Rider is our best play. So let's... wow, so many options. Human. So this will be white, sure, and this needs to be blue. And let's hope our opponent does not have everything. It certainly looks like they are. They're going through the motions really quickly. Makes me feel like they are an experienced pilot with this deck. But they also had a pretty straightforward hand here. Yep. They have made 2 land drops here, and they have 4 total, so they still have 2 left to make. They're 1 short of City's Blessing here. So they're not going to be able to attack with the Wayward Swordtooth. I guess they actually can here, right? They just let this untap, return Forest or something. Okay, yeah, return that, sure. They need to make another land drop. Okay, well they should have made 1 more land drop to be able to attack with that Swordtooth, but they did not. And that is good news for us. It gives us a shot here. I guess so now that if they weren't going to do that and get to attack with the Swordtooth, they should have just double pumped the Primeval Titan. Oh, now yeah. Okay, they didn't get the Azusa. I guess they didn't have enough mana. Oh, they have this Tribe Scout. Okay, yeah, they have the Tribe Scout here. Okay, so they can instant speed to activate the Sunhome at this point because the Boros Garrison is in their hand. But I'm just going to take 16. because I don't think chump blocking gets me anywhere. Yep. This untaps. They sun home me. Probably just bounce a forest. They already have a Keiru in their hand. Yep. A very explosive start from our opponent. That is not one of our 2 reflector mages. So yeah, we just need to company into one. And even then, we might just be dead to this Wayward Swordtooth, right? We might need to hit both of them. I guess. Oh no, because they have a Gruul Turf in their hand, they can get a bunch of red-white mana, so they definitely get to activate. Yeah, so this is going to be 14. Yeah, so we need to hit perfectly, basically. Okay, well, I'll just name human again, so they think I'm like company humans, I guess. And if this is not perfect, I will just concede before they see anything. Oh, yeah. Simian Spirit Guide Dark Confidant is not going to be good enough. So, game 1 to our very fast Amulet Titan opponent. And what do I want? Wow, there is a lot of artifact removal in this deck sideboard. I don't think Dismember is very good because it does not deal with Titan, and we already have bolts to deal with other things. I probably want this other Reflector Mage to help deal with Titan. And I probably want some number of answers to Amulet, right? But not many. Grudge is, even though the back half costs 2, being able to kill 2 Amulets for 1 is nice. And Rex Age is nice because I can hit it off of Company. But I don't think companying into answers to Amulet is really my way of winning. Especially in post-board games when they tend to shy away from Amulet and instead go towards this more traditional ramp game plan. They usually have Hornet Queen. Is that something I should be wary of? It's pretty good against me if it resolves. Should I be bringing in this Engineered Explosives to get rid of the tokens? That seems like a loose thing, a loose way to answer the card. I mean, I'm going to have my 1 EE and for that to really be good. I think my best bet is to just stay aggressive. I'll have my 1 Ancient Grudge, Miser's Grudge, that can deal with an Amulet. But otherwise, this sideboard just isn't very well built for this matchup. So, here we go. I will very much like to play first. And this is not going to be good enough. Hands like this look pretty good. They're a good mix of lands and spells. I've got some creatures I like, but it's just not fast. No 1 and 2 drop. Have to mulligan more aggressively to something that can really come out of the gates. And this hand has the potential to do that. I can turn to a Bloodbraid Elf if I draw a land. And I can at least Reflector Mage a Titan. So yeah, I will keep this. Cannot cast that Dark Confidant because I've drawn Copperline Gorge, so let's put that one at the bottom. Opponent kept 7. And I will hope to draw a land here. Cavern. So this one might name Snake or something. Scout, yeah, Sakura Tribe Scout. Ugh, that was about the worst draw possible. So I'll get in for 1. Okay, that I'm generally okay with. That's not gonna... The second Tribe Scout doesn't really ramp them very far. It does prevent me from attacking with this Noble Hierarch. But hopefully... why? If I had drawn you the other turn, that would have been fine. But now I just have to take another turn off. And there's a question of whether or not I want to Company or Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, so we know they still have Cavern in their hand. I guess they could Titan this turn if they just have 3 untapped lands. The Suva does not count. So it looks like they're going to try to Titan next turn, would be my guess. Yeah, obviously I draw the land now. I think. So they go EOT, Double Tribe Scout, Colony Garden plus Cavern. We'll say the cards we know. Untap, have 6 mana, cast their Titan. They don't have any. They don't have an amulet. So the Titan seems like it's pretty vulnerable to Reflector Mage. And I think I want to give myself the opportunity to Reflector Mage as much as possible, which means holding this company. I think Bloodbraid Elf produces about the same amount of power. It would be kind of rough if I hit like Bolt or Grudge, one of those 5. Bolt wouldn't be the worst, but I think Bloodbraid Elf produces about the same amount of power, and I guarantee a haste creature. So I think I want a Bloodbraid Elf. I'm probably going to be a little bit too slow this game, too. Okay, well, we hit another haste creature, but not a really good one. Because it's a 3/1, so it's just going to trade for a Tribe Scout, most likely. But it's not really doing anything else, right? So I guess I'll just attack. Yeah, I got another plant, probably just chump block Bloodbraid, trade with Obligator, put a land in at before damage. Yep. See if they put in the Cavern. They might put in the... They do put in Selesnya Sanctuary, so that's going to be a lot of plant tokens to get through, too. I think that might be another way that this game turns. They just get to chump block long enough to outlast my Reflector Mages. So no, we still know they have Cavern. Oh, jeez. They just naturally drew the Hornet Queen. I don't even know what to do now. Really wish I had some Fulminators in my sideboard. Those would probably be hard to cast. I think I just have to grind through it, right? I don't think there's really any other option. So we know they have Colony Garden Cavern in hand. They might be pretty low on stuff. Okay, well, we hit another Reflector Mage, and I don't think we're not going to have time to tempo them up by getting the Queen, so I'll just bounce an Insect token. And now we'll trade with 2 more of them. Okay, maybe they're going to try to get aggressive with these plants? Okay. I'm not sure exactly what that does for them, but... Okay, do they have a Titan, too, to follow us up? We know there's a Cavern in their hand. Like Giant, Primeval Titan, Crush Me? No. So they just have nothing, and we're going to have to try to grind through this Hornet Queen and kill them before they draw a Titan, because I think we're just dead immediately if they do that. Okay, that does something. In fact, it does very good things. I can just Reflector Mage both insects and actually get a real attack in because of the Simian Spirit Guide. So, red, white, blue. I'm not going to... Holding back now to try to deal with a Titan is bad because the double amulet will likely just kill me. I'm not super experienced to know the line off the top of my head with that deck, but I'm pretty sure double amulet still will just kill me on sight. And now I can no longer company into one because I've drawn all three. Sure, I could draw my one Ancient Grudge, deal with these, and then potentially Reflector Rate to the Titan, but that's just an very unlikely event. Now we get to actually attack. Yep, another chump block. They go to 17, and we are basically through it all. We just have to dodge 3 or 4 draw steps, I would say. Yeah, sure. My guess is they will pick up the Colony Garden. Yep. They might at one point want to pick up this Vesuva. So Company into Obligator doesn't let me trigger it, so that's no good. Is there any reason to Company main? I get more haste creatures, but I don't really want... I'd prefer them not trading for a Mantis Rider, but it's still probably best to just get it down. Yeah, I just want to apply maximum pressure, so sure, I'll just name human. Might need to preserve my life total in the face of a Walking Ballista. Usually, sometimes there's one in these lists. That was horrific. Okay, well, we found a 2/2 for 4 mana. Great magic card. That collected Company. So now they trade off for the Bloodbraid Elf, chump block of Reflector Mage, and then we start chunking in for 8. Yeah, I think it's 2 more draw steps they have. All right, they're going to go to 13. They get to block for 6, and then die. They get 1 more draw step if they can rebuy the Colony Garden or draw a Tribe Scout or an Azusa. They drew a Pact. Well, we're dead. Yeah, this is how this usually starts with 2 amulets. They just get a bunch of Titans and then Slayer Stronghold both of them. Yeah, plenty of mana here. Man, they have what? They probably have 4 packs, maybe 3. I think we were favored at that point. Granted, like they had drawn probably, I imagine, pretty poorly in the beginning of the game to not find any Titans for a while. But that gave us some hope. I imagine they would have wanted to bounce the Boros Garrison, but I think we're dead regardless. Yeah, just this 16-point attack is more than is enough. Because they did play in a way where they don't have the... Oh, they have Tribe Scout still. Yeah, Tribe Scout. Tribe Scout does everything. Okay, we are dead. Just not a good matchup on our side. As a deck, Amulet Titan has been growing in popularity. And some stumbling there, obviously, in Game 2 as well. I think if we had gotten out ahead, maybe we close it out on that last turn. We got them to 13. If you can imagine me drawing a land that immediately, if I Bloodbraid that soon, I'm getting in some early damage, then they immediately trade way more of their board, and I can more quickly deploy Reflector Mages. I might have been able to close that game out in time. So I think the keep was fine, but this didn't work out. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Magic. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on... Oh, this is going up on a Friday, so you can see me on Monday. Bye.